Hello everybody and welcome back to Just Be. So today's video is just going to be talking about triggering, also safe relationships, and like what you should look at, what's safe, what's not safe, just so you understand the difference. Because I think a lot of us are accepting a lot of help, we're accepting people's time and we're giving them our energy, and you have to be aware of who is there actually to help you, to protect you, to be your safe space, to safeguard you, and who isn't there, who's there really to technically wind you up and use this reactive abuse. I'm going to just use myself as examples and a few people which I cannot mention for court reasons. So, example of myself is struggling a little bit when I get up in the mornings. Normally I'm a really happy, cheerful person. Like, I'm horrible probably to live with because I like to get up early, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm really happy and I have so much energy. But lately I haven't. I've been waking up very sad, very tearful, and just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to go and do another day again. But then I push myself to change my feeling, but it's really horrible waking up with that feeling. Recently, the person's supposed to be helping me, like, I can't even text because they trigger whatever I text them, they use as a weapon against me and saying I'm emotional, I'm mentally ill, I text too much, or I'm traumatized, like just weird things. But the truth is, one of my favorite readers, Eileen, she said it today about, like, she was saying on a different fact, but it was the same fact. It's basically saying, it's just when I text people, it's very deep. It is, even if you read on my comments, the way I write messages, it's very deep. And when I text people, I think a lot of people don't really like to get so deep. They want to just be surface level. They want to be like that. And Eileen was saying that earlier on about people being cold, and it's actually so true in my life at the moment, because I'm not a cold person. I have a really warm heart, and I always try to, like, I don't people please anymore. I used to be a people pleaser my whole life, but I think now I people please when I like people, because I like to do things. And if someone disrespects me or makes me feel not safe or not, I just completely have to reject them. It's the way my body copes with it. But like being cold, like when Eileen was saying, like, I've had a few experiences like that, and I've had this happen to someone I know, just of like when like the tears come in crying, and that person just stood there really cold, didn't even like say, are you okay? I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Not even like a rub on the shoulder, like completely cold. And then that happened once, and then it happened twice. And I kept thinking, this person is doing things to really upset me. Like, you cannot be pushing on that many buttons over and over and over again. You cannot be pushing on that many buttons. It's impossible. But it's really weird how God actually helps you. Because every time there's been like a wicked person that comes to like disrupt my energy in the day, somebody really positive comes into my energy. And it can be a female and a male. I've had both, and it actually makes you feel like keep going. It doesn't matter if someone wants to make up things about you, if someone wants to make up like life's a different way, you're a different way. Just because you're not nice to them, that doesn't mean you're not nice to the whole world. It's just a problem with them. And they have to look at how they've come to you, what they've said to you, how they've reacted to you. Something about myself is like, because I've gone through so much abuse, like somebody who said I was making up like fantasies and things like that. It's very hard to have a normal conversation with that person again. Like, it's very hard. Same with the person that told me to get my dogs, to let go of my dogs. It's really hard having a communication with that person. Anyone can ask me, like when my mum sold my horse, I didn't talk to her for years, like years and years. That really hurt me. I just left, and I just thought, no, I won't talk to you for years. And the dog, no, I will not talk to you for years. Like, it affects me differently. So like this in a way has been spiritually my test. You can't run away just because someone hurts you. Sometimes you have to stand, and like you have to sit there. And I actually really believe this, because I feel this inside my soul and what I'm going through at the moment. I can sit at a table with a liar and a thief and a cheat, and I can sit there with somebody who just lies and actually seriously impacts people's lives from lies that they might seem as control, but those controlling lies actually destroy a whole family generation, like a whole family generation. It causes a lot of control will cause others to be very clingy. Because when you control someone, they feel like you're overpowering them, making them be very submissive towards you, which takes their power away. So when someone feels their power is taken away, they cling to something else, somebody else, another human. And once you've created abandonment wounds, it's very hard to separate people after that. They become very clingy. You shouldn't do that in life. I'm just saying that to any of you out there. But when I have had these texts of like, I don't know, just trying to put me down, trying to trigger me, trying to make it like, the things in the text is clearly going to upset me, patronizing. And the same thing about the liar saying I need mental health. Like you need severe psychiatrist mental health from telling so many lies, and then also being able to sit in your lies and look at other people in the face, put your head up after lying. You need mental evaluation. It's crazy how some people could tell me I need mental evaluation because I speak so much truth and I don't have anything to hide. That's why I don't have to think before I speak. Most people who think before they speak have something to hide. I don't have anything to hide. But people can make up so much stuff, and even if you are authentic and you're being truthful, they'll find a fault in it. There's always a fault in everything. I can tell you something good and bad in absolutely everything, so I'm very aware other people can do this too. But we have to go out into the world and we have to see the good in everything. And unfortunately, money-based things don't want to see the good in stuff. They want to see what's the best way to make most money. And if that includes hurting other people, that is what money will do to people. Weak people, not rich people. Especially not spiritually rich people. But even if you're a rich person, no, I don't think that would affect you. But if you're a poor, weak person, control, power, all of these things, like you crave it, you want it. And as well, like, especially in my past with abusive people, like they are the people that go out smiling like nothing happened. They're the people that go out and have loads of friends and socialize. Like the actual abuser is actually the socializing person. And the liar always seems to be the quiet person, you know, and not introverted, quiet. And observant, but not observant in a communication, like we're all in a room having a talk and then you can go away after, like I do with my EUPD, and it causes a lot of tiredness because I will be in a room and I will talk to people and I'm really fast, but when I leave the room I go through things on every single person's angle, in every single angle of the room, in every single thing that could have gone wrong and everything that could have gone right and things that we could do better next time. It's very traumatizing, it's very tiring to keep doing that over and over again. And that's why I say to people, can you not have I don't like very many people, can we just like shorten this all down now, because my brain can't take so much, it just can't take so much of the people, like I think probably because I've had the gang stalking, because I've been ganged up with a big family and things like that. I feel like when people are doing that towards me, it upsets me and it makes me feel like pressured. And it's funny, the other day I screamed because I couldn't take it. There was too many people in the room. And then the other day I cried because there was too many people. And then the other day I was like singing and just started like dancing. So it's like you can get feelings out differently, but it depends if you feel safe with those people. So like if you feel safe with people, you don't really mind dancing around your house and singing. You don't mind dancing outside really and singing if you've got confidence. It's because you feel safe with whatever you're doing. If you're walking and you love walking, you might like sing to your headphones because you feel safe walking. It's something you feel safe doing. But when you don't feel safe, like you scream, you shout, you're erratic. This is behaviors of someone who is scared, who is worried, who has been judged, who has been a victim, who has been crucified, who has been stolen from, who has been lied from, who has been cheated on. These are reactions from someone who has been hurt. And then it's very hard to communicate. And that's like saying, going back to the text, like when people text me, I see when people are being authentic and then I see them completely change, like they're going to show that message to someone else. And it doesn't hurt me because I know that person's sneaky. I feel actually like, you little dweeb. Like, you actually thought you could do that to me and I wouldn't think I know what you're doing. It's the fact that you have no heart. You have no feelings. Like Eileen said, cold is a cold personality. And I think that's why I text so much, like 7, 10 messages, 3 messages, long messages. It's because you're cold. If you weren't a cold person, you could actually just send, like my friend, it's really funny, my other friend who I met for part of my tribe, he texts me and just like, hope you're doing right, love. I'm cool. And then I text him saying, it's a lovely warm day. It's short messages because it's a safe relationship. But when you have long paragraphs, it's because you don't feel the person understands you, you don't feel they're listening to you, there's no communication. It's unsafe. And when you feel unsafe with people, you shouldn't have to work with them. You shouldn't have to live with them. You shouldn't have to be in a relationship. You should be able to be free and do whatever you want. And I find a lot of people try and force us in these weird, like, energy healing down on earth. Like, you have to sit in a room with people that make you feel uncomfortable. And like yesterday, I was really angry about it, but I enjoy every single one of my emotions. So if I need to shout that out, like I came from a really hurt heart space, and that's how I felt yesterday. And I think it's because everything is always sprung on me. Like, you're available today this time. No, actually, I'm not. There's only actually one lady and my other friend, like he does, that don't do that. And it's really weird because every time I actually am really excited to meet them. I'm really like, oh, yes, please. Like, I would like that. Thank you. But the other people, I'm like, oh, no, I can't see them today. I don't want to, And that's a horrible feeling when someone feels like that about you. It really is. And it's worse when someone feels like that about you and you have to go and see them. Because, like, if someone feels like that about you and you could just leave them and not communicate, that's okay. Because it's like, we just don't zing. But it's the fact that we know we don't zing. You know you're patronizing. You know that you're disrespectful. You know that you're a liar. You know that you're manipulative and conniving. And you've cheated. You know all this behavior has happened, but you still want to come and smile in my face. Ugh. Honestly. But today's message is just about, you can say no to whoever you want and just be clear with your communication, and you just, less is more. Like, if you feel that need, like I have the last couple of days, and I think somebody texts you and you feel like you need to text them 3 messages, you might just stop and then at one point just think, well, I'm not doing this like I did. I'm just keeping this 1 message short and I'm stopping now. No more. Because they will use that against you. And that's really sad when someone has to use your text against you. They're showing you like you don't do anything bad. Your behavior isn't bad. You don't say anything bad. So what they have to do, they have to get you on a text. Your emotions on a text. And that's really like sad, especially when they take like a day to reply. So you think, God, that took you a whole day to reply to that message like that. Can you see my messages are quite quick? I don't have to think because I'm not lying. There's no thought process. When you're just free, it's so lovely to be free and just, you're like, especially a lot of people when you're younger and you have horrible parents and they make you not be able to speak, and it's horrible to feel like that. And like, I had that my whole life. And then when I was older and I was like, I'm just gonna be how I want, especially after my ex-partner cheated on me, I literally was like, I'm doing whatever I want, I'm saying whatever I want, and no one's gonna stop me now. You're all disrespectful. And I felt so freeing. It came out really aggressive in the start, but now it's not coming out aggressive. It's not. In fact, it's not coming out all the time at all. It's actually when I want it to come out. And sometimes I can hold it in and I can think, this person is not worth it. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. Smile and walk away. And that's how we have to be. So time does actually help you grow, but I just noticed that uncomfortable, unsafe people will never help you grow. The only thing they're going to do is just irritate us and poke on more buttons, and they're going to wait for a reaction. And when that reaction happens, they're going to use that as evidence against us, like we're doing something wrong. When the truth is, if they actually just come clean and say, do you know what? We did something wrong here, then it can all go away. But you know, when You can apologize for things and say, I'm sorry. Everyone can apologize. Thank you. Sorry. Please. Thank you. You know, like all of these, excuse me, all of these things you really need to learn when you're really young. I'm surprised half the population in England do not use please and thank you. And sorry. I'm so surprised so many adults don't actually like to say the word sorry. But when you say, I apologize for my behavior towards you, I accused you of things you didn't do, I treated you really bad, that was really, really bad, what I said about you. When you can apologize to someone, you can let it go. But the problem is, when that apology is too many years ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when it's too many years ahead, and then the problems are still arising, and the more problems are still growing, and the more problems are just building up. You're just adding on to the trauma without actually, it's like I said to you years ago, I used to be like a kettle, and I did CBT, or I did some kind of, I did really good therapy, and they taught me, stop thinking of yourself like the kettle, like you're gonna boil, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Instead, I think of myself as the bucket. And I think of myself as releasing at the bottom. So when somebody's adding something, I'm like, even if it dribbles out the bottom of me, I'm going to turn my tap on. And I turn it on and it just trickles, trickles, trickles. And sometimes people are like pushing 20, 30, 40. And I'm like, bitch, I left half that shit back then. You're still chasing that shit. The only thing I'm chasing is my money that was stolen. If you said I cheated on you and I never did cheat on you, which I've never cheated on anyone in my life, that needs to be told truth. And I don't steal, so I don't, steal. Lying, and any lies on my name. Anything lies, especially on, and you might not think this is spiritual, but I know this is spiritual. Any lies written on a piece of paper with Mother Earth trees, you must tell the truth. For your own self, you must tell the truth. You've written that on trees. You're a fool. But it's okay, because you don't believe in trees. That's why we're here, aren't we? Breathing. But you must tell the truth. And that's what I'm saying. The apology, I don't know. I think the apology is too late. I would like to hear the apology, but I think the apology is way, way too late. And there has to be something in return for how I've been treated. Because, this is bad. Like, really, really bad. I'm just off to have another cup of coffee. So enjoy that one today. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, stay strong. Don't let them get you down. Every day, there's a motherfucker trying to come in, trying to get in our energy. And what you got to do is walk away. And if you can't walk away, sit in that uncomfortable feeling and observe the whole room, the energy, the person, everything, okay? And then you will pick up on that energy next time. And also, when you're in the room, acknowledge how your body feels. Let the person know. I've let the person feel like, I don't feel comfortable with you. You don't make me feel safe. Like, I don't feel I can talk to you. I think you're manipulative. You twist my words. You're over-exaggerating. You're using reactive abuse against me. When I say things to people that is the truth, they hate it. Because when they make a plan in their little stupid minds, they believe that everyone in the whole world is going to believe their lie and their plan, their plot. It's a play in their own little head. But when you're not actually playing a game, when you're actually authentically living life, you're not going to accept people doing that, and you're going to stand up for yourself, and you're gonna say, this is what you're doing, you're manipulating me, can you stop it? And let them keep building it up. Let them keep building it up spiritually. Let them keep building it up, because it's them that has to take the karma. It's not you. You just have to acknowledge that it's happening to you, and acknowledge that it's not you, it's them. It's a them problem, and they have to heal. And also know that, like, we never know what goes wrong in people's days. Like, honestly, like, no, I'm not giving myself an example, but I'm saying, like, you could see somebody screaming down the street one day, and you never know, like, they could have had their whole world taken away from them, you know? And then you might say someone, like how I've handled it before, and you might see somebody just really quiet walking down the road, like looking really sad about their life, you know? And you don't know that that person's had a really bad day. We don't know. Everyone reacts differently to pain. So we shouldn't judge people because people have emotions. We should be judging the people that are cold, that don't have any emotions, especially when people are crying in front of them. Why do they laugh? Why do they go silent and just stare at you? They're the people that my whole life, have wanted to know. Let's see if you like how you treat others. And every single one of those people that have tested me and I've tested back have literally taken something from me. But every single one of the people that have taken something from me has really paid for that consequence in the future. And it's happened my whole life. People miscommunicate who I am as a person because I don't like them. It's not everyone, it's just a them thing. And I don't like to be controlled. There's no need. You can ask someone, can you do something? And they will do it. If they say that this is uncomfortable, you need to see, why is it uncomfortable? Is there been some abuse in the past that it makes it uncomfortable? The person doesn't want to do this thing again? Is it the fact that someone's been hit before because they don't want to do this again? Is it because they have felt sad before and that's why they don't want to do this again? Is it just because that person's being a bastard? And I don't think people going around being bastards. I really don't think people go around doing that. Not intentionally. I think people like to demand respect where no respect is given. And then after that, they like to see how you handle having no respect. If you have a backbone and you stand up for yourself, you will be punished. And it's not to do with you. That's what I'm saying to you. It's doing to the person that's punishing you. It's something to do with their ego, and they need to work on it, and they really, really need to stop. People that have egos are always people that look to others for answers, or look for others as like an explanation, or they look to others for that. And that's why they're cold, because they're always looking out for something. And if you notice, like the heart, like the people that actually have a heart, like we sit down and we like think at things like, oh, did I come across a bit rude to that person? Do you think I was a bit too like blunt? God, I think I did go a bit too deep. You know, do you know what I mean? I didn't think they can handle that. Or sometimes you might go back and you might think, I should have fucking stuck up for myself. That cheeky fucking bastard. How fucking dare they say that to me? How next time I'm going to say how I feel to them. You know, we can all have different reactions, but it's about coming away with yourself, solitude, to think about what you want to do. But if you're thinking about a team, going in a team, remember what I said year ago about that blue and the red pen. If 19 people in the room all said that the pen is red and the pen is fucking blue, everyone in the room can see the pen is blue, that person at the end of the table, because all the rest of those people have said the pen is red, that person will most probably say the pen is red. You're probably 1 in a million people to say, excuse me, I think you're all like colorblind, the pen is blue. Everybody, the pen is blue. There's not very many people that's going to stick up for themselves. And that's why they want to control you and dominate you. And you're just going to be stuck in this until you're dead, until you're a real old person. And then when you're old, you're like, I wish I lived my life differently. And I wish I wasn't so controlled. And I only know that because I've gone through over 29 years of being controlled my whole life. And it's not good. It's not good taking commandments from other people. You have to think for yourself. You have to. And if somebody comes and tells you this is what you're going to do, no, I'm not going to do that. And why do you feel that you are a stronger human being than me, that you think that you know better than me? Why do you think that you can run my life better than me? Because you keep coming back to me and asking me questions. So how are you telling me that I'm not good enough for my life, but you're asking me questions on how to deal with it? It doesn't make sense. Ask these people when they come up to you. Ask them. Why are you asking me about everything in my life if you know my life so well? If you've come up to a conclusion about my life, why is there still asking questions? Because you don't know anything. You're finding faults. You're looking for a problem when there is no problem. The problem is you looking for the problem. If you were sorting out the problem, you would be feeling the problem, which is self-work inside yourself. but you don't want to do the self-work. You don't want to heal your own wounds. You don't feel like you have any wounds because you keep going out searching for other people, looking at what's wrong with other people. So you're not finding any faults inside of yourself because you're looking at and you're like, God, everyone's fucked up people. But if you sat with yourself in solitude, you stop judging others, stop doing that, stop controlling others, stop doing that. You will sit on your own and you will see that we are all fucked up and we all need healing, honey. But just some of us are a bit more vocal and a bit more honest and a bit more truthful. And it's okay. You might not wake up this lifetime. Next lifetime, you might come back as an ant, like I said, because you like to follow the lead. You like to follow the colony. So you don't know what Mother Earth might say. Yeah, this one needs to be let's bring her back an ant. Let's bring her back an ant. And then you're there and you're like, yeah, follow the leader, follow the leader, leader, follow the leader. And at the end, the little woodpecker's like, follow the leader, leader, follow the leader. And you're just getting eaten one by one. Imagine a life like that. How you treat people in this first reincarnation is how you're going to be treated many lifetimes after. Believe me or not. That's why I'm saying to you, don't hurt animals, don't hurt children, and don't hurt old people. And if you do hurt them, you have to be honest about it and repent your sins. There is a lot of liars. There's liars in everyone in the world. But it's a choice to be truthful. And it's actually harder to be nice to someone than it is to be nasty. It's fucking easy to be nasty to people. It's easy to be horrible. You feel free and you feel like you let go. But when you can actually reserve yourself and be nice, have some compassion, have a heart, you will feel like a different person. And I hope the person who keeps texting me just fucking listens to this message and learns. Stop controlling. It's not going to work with me.